And our current mortgage rates, and this was true even earlier last year when rates were higher than they are now, mortgage rates were considered affordable compared to the U.S. national average, which over a 50-year term, average mortgage rates in the U.S. are a little over 7%. Well, we're 1%. Well, here at Mortgage Works, we're more than 1% below that. So that's good news, right? You should be able to embrace that and then realize you have an opportunity here. And I've talked about this many times, and I'm going to bring it up again. When you take the combination of these things, rates have improved, home prices have cooled, and inventory has increased. What does that do for all of you who are prospective buyers chomping at the bit to get into a home that you own? It's an environment where you have an opportunity to have some leverage and negotiate affordable terms. And I think right now is the best we've seen since rates went up after the pandemic. It's the best we've seen in terms of the environment giving you that opportunity to negotiate some pretty darn good terms. Many of the loans we have in process here at Mortgage Works right now, I would say a majority of them involve some sort of seller concession on the purchase transactions we're doing. I'm working on a pre-qualification right now for a home buyer, first-time home buyer, and they're looking at buying a home down what we call Down Valley in Indio. It's listed at $475,000. And by the way, this couple, they're very well qualified. They can afford a higher price point than that, but they choose, despite their pretty strong income, they want to keep their income, their housing expense at a particular level. They don't want to, as they say, live for just my mortgage payment. So 475 is the home we're looking at. Their agent has already told me she thinks that she can get that home sold to them for 450. She thinks that she can extract $25,000 of concession out of the seller. And of course, they asked me to do a pre-approval letter based on that scenario. Of course, what I did, as I mentioned on the show before, and I do this almost every time I get a call or a request for a pre-approval on a transaction somebody's going to make an offer on. I said, well, wait a minute. I'll give you the numbers for the 450 price. You want to get 25 off the price. I'll give you those numbers. And I did. I prepared a detailed worksheet to show what the payments would be and so forth. This particular couple were going to put 3.5% down and use an FHA loan, which, by the way, again, talking about affordability, even without any kind of concession from the seller in terms of a credit, and if they were successful in getting an offer accepted at 450, I could get them a FHA loan with 3.5% down and a 30-year fixed rate at 5 3/8. Well, 5 3/8, I would think, would get most people's attention.